Massmart spent $2.5 billion to buy a 51% controlling stake in local retailer Massmart in 2011. At the time, the South African economy was growing at 3% and the currency was trading at below 7 rand to the dollar. Since then, the consumer market has slowed and South Africa's currency has lost around 60% of its value.
When the investment was initially done, it was done at an exchange rate of around 6.50 rand, compared to the current exchange rate of close to 16 rand. They paid $2.5 billion for it. Currently, that investment's worth, depending on the exchange rate, about $900 million.
Walmart's aggressive expansion plans to open 90 new stores outside South Africa hasn't materialized. 104 new stores were opened in South Africa and just 12 outside the country. Sales in its Africa operations are growing at over 12%.
Massmart has taken a relatively measured approach in its entry into Africa, using SA as a springboard. And being the majority shareholder, I'm pretty sure Walmart would have signed off on Massmart's execution of that strategy. They do have the luxury of time and probably have the ability to wait for the African growth story to play out.
Walmart announced earlier this year that it was closing 270 of its low-performing stores across the world. Africa was spared, but there's now concerns that the continent could be next unless the economic prospects improve. Sub-Saharan Africa is expected to grow at just 3% this year. It's the lowest expansion rate in 15 years.
If they believe that in the long term, Africa is going to provide a good growth platform for their consumer goods, then I think they'll stay. If, on the other hand, they believe that it's not going to provide that platform, they may be persuaded that there are better growth opportunities elsewhere.
Expert analysis suggests that Walmart uses a 7 to 8 year timeline to assess progress and make future decisions. Walmart went into South Korea in 1999 and pulled out just 7 years later when the market failed to provide returns. It failed in Germany too, closing shop there after 8 years. If this timeline is anything to go by, Africa has just under 2 years before a decision is made.
Massmart was able to teach Walmart a lot of very, very valuable lessons. And it's another reason why I'd be surprised if Walmart just packed up and went away. They've learned those things. And I think, they are a persistent bunch. They'll want to get a better return out of Africa than has currently been the case. So I think they will persist.
Walmart's sales growth has held up well and has grown at over 9% for 4 of the last 5 years. Revenue was at $5.6 billion at the end of December 2015. South Africa still accounts for 91.4% of this growth. While some analysts believe Africa may have disappointed, Walmart is not saying anything just yet about its future on the continent. Sumitra Nydoo, CCTV, Johannesburg.